Hello, word listeners. Welcome back to another episode. I'm Alex, your friendly guide to the wonderful world of English vocabulary. Today, we're diving into a word that describes something that goes far down. The word is deep. So, what does deep actually mean? Well, at its core, deep, as an adjective, means extending far down from the top or surface. It describes something with a considerable distance from its outer layer to its inner layer, or from its surface to its bottom. Think about a deep swimming pool or a deep forest. We use deep in many everyday situations. You might say, the ocean is very deep, or that's a deep hole. Be careful. It simply refers to the physical measure of something that has significant depth. Now, let's explore some synonyms for deep. Words that share a similar meaning. One synonym is profound. While deep often refers to physical depth, profound can relate to intellectual or emotional depth. For example, the philosopher had profound insights. Another synonym is bottomless. While sometimes used literally, bottomless often exaggerates the depth. Think, the well seemed bottomless. Or, closer to the literal, you could describe the Grand Canyon as deep and bottomless. Another useful synonym is submerged. Think of something submerged in water. You might say, the treasure was submerged in the deep blue sea. Then there's buried, which means covered by or hidden under something. For instance, the pirate's treasure was buried deep in the sand. Let's look at antonyms, words that have the opposite meaning of deep. A common antonym is shallow. A shallow pool is the opposite of a deep pool. An example, the puddle was very shallow. Another antonym is superficial. While shallow refers to physical depth, superficial often refers to a lack of intellectual or emotional depth, similar to profound but in reverse. We might say, the conversation was rather superficial. Another contrasting word is slight, something that is not very serious or important. For example, the scratch on the car was very slight, not deep at all. Then there's surface. It can refer to the outer part of something, which is the opposite of going deep. You might say, the divers stayed near the surface. They didn't go deep. Another antonym is exterior. Exterior meaning the outside of something. The exterior of the house looked new, but inside it needed some deep cleaning. Now, let's see how we can use deep in everyday life. You might ask a friend, is this lake deep enough to swim in? Or, you might warn someone, don't go too deep in the water if you can't swim well. If you're talking about sleep, you could say, I had a very deep sleep last night. Or, if you're talking about feelings, you can say she had deep feelings for him. Here are some example sentences using the word deep. The roots of the tree went deep into the ground. She took a deep breath before the performance. The company is in deep trouble financially. The color of the ocean was a deep blue. He had a deep understanding of the subject. The deep canyon was breathtaking. The well was so deep that it was dark at the bottom. Let's look at a few phrases too. To be in deep water, meaning to be in trouble. He is in deep water with his boss. Or deep down, meaning truly or fundamentally. Deep down, I know he's a good person. Or deep thinking. A deep thinking person is one who is profound in thought. A deep person is one who goes deep into the subject matter. So, to recap, deep describes something that extends far down. We learned synonyms like profound, bottomless, submerged and buried, and antonyms like shallow, superficial, slight, surface, and exterior. We explored how deep is used in daily conversations and in common phrases. That's all for today's episode on the word deep. I hope you found it helpful. Thanks for listening to Hello Word. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover the show. And now, your challenge. Can you create your own sentence using the word deep? Share it as a comment under this video. I can't wait to read them. I'll see you in the next episode.